Bronco fans and football fans everywhere, and Cub fans across the country. Game 5 tomorrow. This is, we are, I'm messing already. Hello, Bronco fans and football fans everywhere. This is a show brought to you with emotion, passion, and honesty. This is Broncos Buzz. It is my comments, Spence's comments, your comments in the chat. I've already screwed it up, so it doesn't matter.
You screwed it up. You want me to do the intro?
No, once I went to the hat, I ran out of here right when the intro was going, and we're not live. I grabbed my hat real quick and I said, "Oh shoot, I gotta represent the Cubs, man. We're in Game 5 tomorrow night. Can't believe we won last night, man. 6-0 beat down of the Sewers. I'm sorry, I mean the Brewers. So tomorrow night's gonna be fun. Anyways, guys, thank you so very, very much for being participants of the show. Please go to the chat if you want your comments read, because we will do that. We always do. We love having you guys here. This is why we do the show. We enjoy doing it, but we also enjoy doing it because you guys are the backbone of the show. You are the reason why we do what we love to do. Spence, before we get into the actual show, how was your week, my friend?
Well, it might be a little reflective in my voice tonight, but I am in the back end of a sinus infection. So if I have to do this a few times to clear up the throat, get that deep voice going and be able to say, yeah, Broncos, then we'll get there.
Just have Anna come up there and slap you in the chest every now and then.
Well, hey, come on. Why do you think I'm married? You know, slap. I'm used to it.
Yeah, we all are. We're both married. It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great, man. Got a new shirt I got today.
Looking sharp there.
Broncos logo right here. You got the Broncos here. You got the NFL logo here, and it says Bronco down the side. Yeah, I love it. It's
you know what? We need to get Mudungus to put that Right Said Fred song on there. I'm too sexy for this shirt.
Oh, my shirt.
Too sexy for this shirt. It's
too sexy for this shirt.
Amen. Well, how was your week? How was your week? Usually you ask me, how was your week?
My week was good. I worked Monday. I normally don't work Monday at the golf course, but they were shorthanded, so they asked if I'd work Monday. I forgot what it's like to work 5 days. My 5th day is tomorrow. Dude, I'm already tired after today, which is 4th day. And I know I had Tuesday off, and it's all good. But do you really have a day off when your wife says she has honeydews?
No.
Come on.
Here's my work week. Work 5 days, honeydew 2 days. Work 5 days, honeydew 1 day, kid do the other day. That's
so.
It.
Do you ever have a break?
What's a break?
Exactly. Oh, by the way, check this out. So I got home from work today, right? She knows I work. She knows we do the show tonight. So she's like, right. Okay, I'm not gonna bother you for tonight. And I'm thinking, okay, something's coming. So then she goes, I know you're gonna be tired tomorrow because you worked 5 days this week. So I know, so I'm not gonna bother you. And then she goes, Sunday, I know you're gonna watch the Bronco game at 6:30 in the morning because I know you get up at 6:30 to take the puppy out, go to the bathroom. So you'll be watching. Yes. She goes, so Monday. I'm like, yes. She goes, I have a few things I'd like you to do. I'm like, oh. I'm like, yeah, but you know what? You don't say crap. You know what you say? You go, yes, dear. I'll do whatever you want me to do.
This translates to yes, dear, everybody.
Hey, that's why they say on a ring there has a beginning because they have to put it together, but there is no ending. You're right. There is no ending to the honeydews. There's no ending to that.
Well, no. When you get married, you don't say I do. You say yes, dear.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very, very true. Very true. All right, guys, we're gonna get into the topics of the show. We're gonna start off like we always do with the comments in the chat.
Interesting one to start. Yeah.
Yeah. Very interesting. David Youngin says, I'm spending time in the hospital tonight. Hope to get out tomorrow. David, I hope everything's okay with you, my friend. You're one of our regulars. We really appreciate you being in the chat. You're always batting leadoff. And guy, we just both Spence and I really wish the best for you, man. We got thoughts and prayers going your way, man. Hope everything's going well. Victory Lap follows up by saying, get better, David. Absolutely. Absolutely. But Dungus is in the chat, and he says, "Hey, David, praying for health healing, my friend. Absolutely, absolutely. Golly, man, chat's already blowing up. I love it. Rudy, my brother-in-law from Vegas says, you're just something about the shirt, but I don't know exactly what it says."
I think he's leaving out a few colorful metaphors in between the words there.
Why does he always call you Steve? Rudy says, hello, Steve and Bill.
You know?
All right, Alex Trebek.
Yeah, okay, Alex.
He's not Steve. But Doug says, I always tell my wife some vitamin D always helps boost the immune system.
No. This boosts the immune system.
It also calms the nerves.
Yeah. My essential tremor is not now it's going right now. There's my essential tremor.
Wow, really? It just automatically does that? Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy.
See,
all right.
If give a quick medical thing. People who have Parkinson's, it's like hitting the brake pedal. You start slowing down. I'm the opposite. I have what's called an essential tremor, meaning my neurons are firing too fast. My brain going too fast, and that helps me have a little essential tremor.
Wow.
It's like
does that bother you at work? Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good.
Don't even think about it.
I could say something in relationship to marriage, but I will let it go. I will not bring that up. I will just let it go.
I just
moving on.
Just got in trouble by the boss. Even my son's texting and said, Mom said stop talking crap about her. Honey, I love you to death, so okay.
What'd you say bad?
I said, yes, dear. Supposed to say yes, honey, I guess.
Oh, God. Okay. Speaking of honey, which is a sweetener on top of a lot of things, the Broncos had honey last Sunday. Sweet things on a comeback win against the Super Bowl champ Eagles, down 17-3, entering the fourth quarter. Reminded me so much of Tim Tebow. Coming back in the fourth quarter when all odds were against him, and he would do it. The Broncos beat the Eagles 21-17 in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
In Philadelphia, after beating the hapless Bengals, and I'm sorry to say that, but they're hapless because they didn't have a quarterback. But we'll talk about the quarterback they did get. So on the heels of beating the hapless Bengals, they go on the road to the Eagles, who I thought they would no way, shape, or form have a chance to win, and won 21-17. And Sean Payton pulled out the 2-point conversion play that worked. 21-17 in Philadelphia. Spence, was that a statement game for the year that can propel them to greater things this year? Or was that an Eagles team who we saw last night lose to the Giants, reeling for whatever reason?
I think that was a big statement game to start with for the Broncos. So what is the one thing I've been harping on for the first 4 games? Finish a game. Come into the fourth quarter, close out a game, dominate, and walk off the field. In the first 4 games, they scored a total of 20 points, had 5 punts, 3 turnovers, 2 touchdowns, 2 field goals, and a missed field goal. So they were not opportunistic in the fourth quarter. What'd they do in Philadelphia? Touchdown, field goal, stop them at the doorstep. This is going to be a huge momentum shift for the culture of the Broncos, for the team as the Broncos, as they go into now a little bit of an easier portion of their schedule. They face the Jets, they face the Giants, they face the Cowboys, teams that are
wait a
under
minute.
500.
Oh, stop right there, my friend. Giants are not a pushover at this point in time. Giants beat the Chargers.
The Saints
the
just
Giants beat the Eagles.
Yeah, well, you interrupted me before I could get to that point.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry.
That's all right. But to an easier portion of their schedule right now, or a more favorable portion, yes, the Giants are finding their rhythm. It's interesting how the Eagles, after that fourth quarter letdown where they just fell flat, stopped doing Eagles football, which is run first, then pass. What'd they do? Saquon Barkley had one run for 17 yards. The rest of the game, he had 5 rushes for 13 yards. He wasn't even a factor. The Eagles in total had 11 rushes for 45 yards. Last year, the run set up the pass for the Eagles. This year, they're flipping the switch, and they were trying to use the pass to set up the run. Both did not work. 6 sacks by the defense, an all-around good game, but the important thing is they woke up in the fourth quarter and closed out the game. That's the statement right there that they needed to deliver to get this team moving in the right steps moving forward. Now they go on a long trip over to London. They see my good friend Robert Wilson, Lord Wilson we call him, and have fun, beat the Jets, come back home, get a nice win against the Giants, have a little break, or face the Cowboys, go into an easier portion of the schedule. This is the time now. When I made my prediction at the beginning of the season, I thought they would be 3-2 at this point with losses to the Chargers and to the Eagles. They've had losses to 2 teams. Their 2 losses right now are to teams that have 1 loss and 2 losses, and by a total of 4 points. So right there, they're in the mix. Now is the time they build on this momentum and they go on a sustained winning streak here for the next 6 to 7 games.
Okay. Following up on what you said, I read from Eagles podcasts or Eagles news things that Saquon Barkley has a knee injury that they are not really disclosing. It's not serious, but it's hampering. And that's why that's against the Broncos and obviously against the Giants, they're not using him as much. My question is, if he's not 100% healthy, why is he even out there? If he has a slight injury, or let's say, I think they called it a slight knee sprain, why is he even out there?
To be as a distraction, to make them think they were going to do it. But take it from this. So Barkley had 6 rushes for 30 yards. The rest of the team had 5 rushes for 15 yards. Their running game was entirely ineffective against our Broncos. And what is the one thing we thought was our biggest weakness coming into this season? Our run defense. Yep. You go in against the Super Bowl champions who are feeling the pain right now. I mean, they have not looked spectacular in any games so far this year. And, this is what happens when you win a Super Bowl championship and most of your talent who is up for a big contract decide to go elsewhere. Philadelphia's got issues, and here they come into a Thursday night game in New York. They coming off a loss. They need to rebuild that momentum, and they come out flat. I mean, I applaud the Giants and Dart for what they did. And now what's going to be interesting is when we see the Giants next week, it'll be interesting to see what they can do on the road. The Giants, from what I've seen so far under Dart, are 2 different teams. They're amazing at home. On the road, can you explain that 12-point loss at New Orleans, who is not as good as most, who are probably near the very bottom of the rest of the teams in the league?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay. Back to the chat. David Young said, "Did you notice
Hey,
that the
Dave.
Eagles got shut out twice in the second half in the last 2 weeks?" Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
This was the one thing I made my comment last week. The Eagles so far this year have not played 2 complete halves. When they played Tampa Bay, they were incredible in the first half, went flat the second half. When they played the Cowboys, they were incredible. They were flat in the first half, incredible in the second half. Against the Broncos, incredible first half, went flat the second half. Against the Giants, good first half, flat second half. They've got issues they've got to figure out right now, and they just have not played a complete game so far this year.
Yeah, they're not the same team that won the Super Bowl, that's for sure. And neither are the Chiefs. I mean, holy smokes, man. The AFC West is up for grabs. The AFC West is really up for grabs.
By the way, we're in first place right now. Yeah.
Oh, I'm doing what Jerry Jones didn't do. Jerry Jones, we'll get to that. Anyway, before we get to that, we got some other stuff. All right.
Yep.
Topic of the show by Madungus is called "Let's Go Streaking." Streaking? Oh, maybe he means this. We're going streaking! Yeah! Or maybe not. Anyways, we are talking about the Broncos going on a winning streak.
Yes.
Not a naked streak. But anyways, I thought that was funny, so I thought I'd put that.
We hear you, David.
Please don't. Anyways, I thought it was funny. Okay, so what? Second place. What's that mean? Big Bill D-Rock. D-Rock said, "Big Bill." I said, "What's up, Big D-Rock?"
Wait for it.
Gonna follow up by saying "Spence," wherever it is.
Or is he going to go Steve?
Or Steve. It could say,
there it is.
Spence. There it is. Okay. Anyways, on that note of the Broncos going streaking in London, the Broncos are coming off 2 wins against the Bengals, a beatdown, and against the Eagles, a comeback. We are now in London against the winless Jets. Okay. Here's the problem, or the thought I have. Is this going to be a trap game for the Broncos because they've come off 2 really good games, especially against the Eagles? Are they going to let their guard down against the hapless Jets 0-5? Or are they going to put the screws to them, so to speak, and continue this winning streak that the Broncos are on? Do the Broncos go 4-2 and blow out the Jets? Are they going 4-2 and it's going to be close? Or is it a trap game and somehow the Broncos lose this game late, like they lost to the Colts and like they lost to the Chargers?
So here's one thing I want to point out that you said, that they've played 2 good games. No, they have played 5 good games so far. They beat Tennessee. They lost a rough game that they had against a good Colts team. They lost to your alter team that you like, the Chargers, because they just cannot win in SoFi Stadium. And they went to Philadelphia and won, and they beat Cincinnati. They have played 5 good games. Now, what I'm looking for is a complete game from start to finish. They did that against Cincinnati for about 75% of the game. Here's why I want to see them. Here's what I want to see them doing going to London. Get out to a quick lead like they did against Cincinnati and get the running game going. Don't put all the pressure on Bo Nix to make play after play after play. Don't try to run up the score and score 40 or 50. Get a comfortable lead, run the clock out, get out of London with a victory without injuries. They have the momentum. This is what we were talking about all off season. The defense is going to lead the way, and the offense is just going to do enough to get us to the next level. Look at some of the other teams some of the other quote powerhouse teams in the league right now in the AFC. You got Buffalo, got beat by New England in Buffalo. You got Baltimore, who's got issues, who's got problems. You've got the Chiefs, who are basically going down the drain. And you got Houston, who cannot figure out their offense. We are only one game behind having the best record in the league. Yes, our 2 losses are against 2 tough teams that may hurt us seeding-wise, but I think we're building momentum right now, and each game we're getting better. We're getting better. We're getting more of a complete game put together. But the Broncos are about to take a big step forward over the next 6 games. I'm looking forward to us talking about the Broncos being 7-2 going into an important game.
You mentioned that we lost to a team, 2 teams with two really good teams. Okay, Colts. Okay. The Wagons, Chargers, lost to the Giants, who are really good, and the Redskins, Commanders. Back-to-back weeks.
Yeah, no, the Chargers are dealing with a ton of injuries right now.
Good.
Well, I know, a ton of injuries right now, but when we played them, they were a complete team and they had most of their resources there. But we lost by 3 points. What did we do in the fourth quarter when we played against them? We only got a field goal and we had opportunities. This is the learning process. You learn how to be a better team, a more complete and successful team from your losses. They learn from Indianapolis. You can't make mistakes at the end. They learn from the Chargers. You have to play a complete fourth quarter. They learned when they played against Cincinnati. Get to a big lead. Don't run up the score. Run out the clock. Then comes Philadelphia. You're down. You finish and close out a game. This team is very, very dangerous. And if the offense can get on the same level as the defense, we're talking making big strides into the playoffs.
Absolutely. All right. David Yonkin says Broncos 35 and the Jets 10. I have it as Denver 31, Jets 20. What do you have it as?
Denver 23, Jets 6.
Wow. Lower score. Okay. All right. Anybody else want to chime in on that? Well, in the chat, we welcome you. Absolutely. But we'll move on to the next topic. Speaking of the Jets. Oh, yeah. There goes David Yonkin. Says, just imagine how this team would look if they played all 4 quarters.
Exactly.
Oh,
no. And David, we saw that in the Cincinnati game. They played, I would say, a great half, a good third quarter, but that second half wasn't the expectations we'd like to see, where they keep scoring and scoring. It was the rational output. Run the ball, run the clock, get off the field without any injuries. So I would say this. The game against Cincinnati was, in a way, a complete game. And they're coming off that game where they played a complete game to now a game where they played a complete fourth quarter, which is what we really want them to do.
Ooh, D-Rock says 37-17. Wow. All right.
Give up 17. The Jets, with all of their disarray and discombobulation, they'll be lucky to get a field goal or 2. They might get one of those, what we call in the betting world, insignificant touchdowns at the end. But we're covering the 7.5 or 8 point spread, definitely.
Awesome. All right. Speaking of the Jets, who are in London to play the Denver Broncos this Sunday, 2 days from now, have a lot more things to worry about
Oh, yeah.
than the Broncos as their opponent, as well as who their quarterback is and where they're playing. Oh my gosh. This just broke 2 days ago. Listen to this. Holy smokes. New York Jets are a mess at 0-5. Well, things are getting worse for them. The NFL is looking into inappropriate conduct allegations.
Uh-oh.
It has been reported that former vice president of the Jets, Elaine Chen, is claiming sexual harassment against the team's president. Apparently, people are saying that she harassed the team president. Anyway, all right. She has filed a lawsuit because she was fired. Let me read some incriminating things, or not incriminating, but some things about the Jet. Well, it's incriminating. Ken said in her lawsuit that her husband was forwarded a copy of the anonymous email complaint. Anonymous? Okay. Email complaint and was interrogated about it by the Jets. Lawsuit said Fitzpatrick, her husband, confirmed the allegations and was soon fired. Though it did not detail Fitzpatrick's assertion or name him directly, but referring him only as Chen's husband. The Jets named Fitzpatrick directly in the response. This is ugly, guys. This is ugly. Let me continue one last comment. Chen said that she was asked by the team about the email, and she said her only connection to the situation was that she was married to her husband. She said she had no firsthand knowledge of the alleged harassment, but that she had heard that Elia harassed other female employees, of which she reported. End of quote. Holy smokes. She reports the allegations about the president. They fire her and her husband, who had some connection with the Jets, and now her lawsuit is against the Jets. And all of this happens 2 days, 3 days, 4 days prior to the Jets playing the Broncos. Do you think the score is still going to be 31-20? I don't know, man. Wow.
I mean, this is a situation where it gets ugly and even uglier. The problem that we're going to have here is it's he said versus she said, but it's going to be such great soap opera drama. I just want more. Come on, give me more. Give me more. Come on, TMZ. Come on, anybody. It's the JETS, Jets. It's DRAMA, drama. Bring it. I want more. I mean, it doesn't end well. We all know this. When one person in power says one thing, one person who's not quite in power says another thing, it never ends well. No one is going to be happy. They could sue each other until they're run out of money. Guess who wins in the end? The lawyers.
Oh yeah. Bobby, my nephew says happy Friday. I say happy Friday to you, my friend. Glad you're in the chat, man. Glad you're watching. Really do appreciate it. Boy, this whole Jets thing. I mean, just take it on the surface is bad enough. But to sit there, be fired because you were the, quote, whistleblower about somebody else having, sexual, misconduct. Come on, man. You got to expose that stuff. You got to, and then you're fired for it. Isn't that protected?
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be fired for exposing, sexual misconduct or any type of Like, it could be assault or whatever. I mean, you're not supposed to protect that. Wow. The Jets
I
are
know
a mess.
this is going to get beyond ugly. And of course, it's in New York. So, yeah, I mean, all the networks, all the news outlets are right there. I mean, anybody who had the Jets under and wins this year, just go collect your winnings right now. And maybe
we're gonna get
you know what? Maybe it's a good time for Jackass of the Week. Yeah, why not?
It's down a way, but hang on. Let me keep everything else in order that I want to do, or we want to do. We put this behind that. Oh, let's go and do it. Since my nephew Bobby brought this up, Jets having a tough week. Former Jet Mark Sanchez making Jets look bad. How about making Fox Sports look bad, as well as himself? All right, Bobby, you brought it up in the chat. We are going to do it right now, out of sequence, but we're doing it. Here is this week's Jackass of the Week.
You suck, you jackass.
Well, maybe we shouldn't say you suck. Maybe we should say you
suck down too much alcohol.
Exactly. There you go. Now you're talking. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculously crazy, ridiculously stupid. But I'm going to go off on this, and I'm going to let you finish up on this topic. Here we go. Got to get my breath because I'm going to go crazy. Former NFL quarterback and Fox analyst has been arrested on multiple charges stemming from a stabbing, physical assault of a delivery driver at 12:30 a.m. in Indianapolis. Yep. Who are we talking about? We're talking about who my nephew Bobby said, Mark Sanchez. Wait a minute. 12:30 in the morning? Oh, yeah, by the way, he was by himself. Drunk off his ass.
Yep.
Walking down the street, not knowing anywhere he's going. It gets better. Hold on, guys. Buckle your seatbelts because I'm going to bring it. Here it is. Sanchez was there to be on the Fox broadcast of the Colts-Raiders game last Sunday. Okay, fine. What is he doing walking down the street by him freaking self? Hold on. A truck driver pulls in. I've watched the video. There's surveillance video.
I saw the video too.
Doesn't show everything, but it shows enough. This truck driver pulls in, minding his own business, doing the job he's supposed to do, which is picking up old oil from a restaurant and bringing and dropping off new fresh oil for the next day.
Yep.
Okay. So they asked the company owners why they come so late. Said, well, it all depends on their schedule, depends on the stores, what's a great time for them to come in. Okay, fine. That's all well and good. What in seventh name is Sanchez doing there? So Sanchez sees this guy pull down the alley where he thinks and feels he cannot be there. So he runs up to the truck driver's door, tries to open it up, and the truck driver is holding it closed. And Sanchez, apparently the window is open or he got it somehow, some way. And he does something to this guy's face. I don't know what he had, but he slices his face from his ear to his mouth, gaping hole like that wide. Well, the truck driver defends himself. He pulls out a knife and stabs Sanchez in the side.
Yep.
Sanchez runs off. Yeah, up in the rear. Sanchez runs off, and the driver is bleeding. Sanchez is bleeding. They both go to the hospital. If you've ever seen the pictures, I've got it. I'm not going to show it right now, but I've got to go look it up. it's gruesome. It's gross. And here's the thing. Sanchez was originally charged with misdemeanor. Guess what? It's now a felony assault. Prison time is awaiting Mark Sanchez. Do you think Fox Sports is going to keep him on as an analyst? No way, shape, or form. My point in this is this. What in heaven's name is Mark Sanchez, age 39, doing out on the street at 12:30 by himself in Indianapolis, drunk off his, you know what? And NBC, or excuse me, and Fox does not know anything about it, doesn't protect him, is Fox now is being sued. Fox and Sanchez is being sued by this guy who was attacked. Is Fox reliable? Is Fox responsible for Sanchez? Or are those two different entities? Holy smokes. All I can say, Spence, is take it from here. I am done.
So let's start with the easy one. Fox is not culpable in this situation. Fox did not put him in the situation at all. So whatever he tries to get out of Fox, it's greed. It's a lawyer who he hired who is saying, hey, let's go after everybody. Let's try to get. Fox will defend themselves to the end of time. Mark Sanchez's career is done. It's over. It's, you know what, his television career, whatever career he had for the NFL, is done. Nothing ever good happens after midnight. Yes, David Yonkin, nope. You and I said it at the same time. Nothing good happens after midnight at all. What's
hat of the week?
Yeah.
I wonder what that hat's referring to. It can't be this one.
So what Fox is doing right now from a contractual standpoint is they're going through their contract and they're looking for the behavioral clauses, what the clauses they have to do so that they can either terminate him, buy him out, get rid of him, whatever they need to do. Mark Sanchez is done. I mean, for him, first of all, to get you're in another city on a job for a professional broadcast organization, going out and getting trash drunk, wasted.
Yeah.
Why would
you do that to yourself? You're 39 years old. Why would you blow your entire career? Why would you do something so stupid? Like I was talking to Madungus about this 2 or 3 days ago. And you know what he said? Madungus said, dude, stay home. You're not married. You don't have to be out. Stay home. Do what you want to do at home. Why are you out and about doing something stupid? And now your career is gone. Your reputation is gone, ruined, and everything else is gone.
No. And you know why? Because he's at the top. At the time, he was at the top of his game. He was getting up and up and up and getting experience. It's that level of invincibility that you, me, everybody here in Don Mars, D Rock, Robert Moreno, A Smith, everybody here in the chat, we've all done this before. You get to this level that you think you're invincible. You can do whatever you want. Nothing is going to happen to you. There's going to be no repercussions. And then, bam, something happens, puts you at the bottom of the mountain or even lower. Mark Sanchez is going to have to rebuild his career from scratch. And it's not going to be in sports broadcasting. It's not going to be in sports entertainment. It's not going to be anything to do with football. He's got to go into a different direction and restart his life. I wish the best for him, but he's got some serious issues that he has to address first and foremost.
Let me ask you this. I know you're married. I know you have a couple kids. It's all well and good, and which is fantastic. I love that. My question to you is this. Have you ever felt that, have you ever even thought about doing something that stupid, that crazy?
No.
Why? When I go and watch my, every now and then I go and watch my brother-in-law's house, or I go and watch my son's house. I watch their animals and stuff while they're on vacation. I'll watch them for 4 or 5 days, whatever. I never just, I'll sit back, I'll barbecue some stuff, I'll have a couple beers, whatever. I don't ever sit there. You know what's a good idea? I think I might go down the street to why?
Why?
Why would I? No, there's no reason to do that. I'm by myself. Sure, I'm married and whatnot, but I'm by myself at that time. No, I kick back with the animals. I sit back, watch it, whatever. I don't do things like that.
No, and
I,
you know what?
I don't get it. I don't get it.
I am beyond happily married. My wife and I celebrated our 10-year anniversary here early in March. I love her to death.
Yeah.
I stare at her all the time when she's not looking at me, and I admire
Or when
her.
you're not looking at me on the show.
Yeah. And I have two amazing kids. One of them who's 10 years old, 10 and a half. You ready for this?
Wow.
He's
Wow.
5'6". He's 5'6", and he's 10.
Damn.
You know the day's coming where I'm going to go, Aiden, you're grounded. And he's going to go, yeah, right, Dad. It's coming. And he bashes a baseball like no other. I've got a daughter who's 9, who's been on here, who's drop dead gorgeous and is amazing, loving, cares a lot about the world, smart girl, knows her multiplication tables. So why would I ever want to do something stupid or go
To ruin all of that.
to a
To ruin
position
all of that.
that is going to hurt my family at any time? And
Yep. Now, of course, Mark Chant. We're not gonna delve into this any much deeper. Just the last thought here. He's not married. I get that. It's still 12:30 in the morning. What the hell are you doing? I mean, just stupid.
yeah,
Robert Mayo says, if Robert Mayo, one last comment. So I want you to comment on this because of your background. If Fox knew he was an alcoholic, does that make them capable or culpable?
culpable. Here's the thing. You now have to prove, or you have to get an email, or you have to get some kind of communication or pictures that upper management at Fox knew that he was an alcoholic and he was out partying. Very difficult to prove. I think what the person who was the defending himself, what he's doing is he's seen an opportunity. He probably got with a buddy of his who's a lawyer, and it said, you know what? We can go after Mark Sanchez. That's no problem. Let's go after Fox. Let's go after millions.
Well, because Fox has got the bigger bucks. Yeah.
Well, let me translate what the lawyer was saying. Hey, let me do this so I can get rich off you and take these guys. I don't care about you. I want to get rich for this situation because I can go after Fox.
That's messed up, man. But it's true. But it's messed up.
It's true.
It's true.
It's true.
Yeah.
I have two very good friends who I've known since elementary school. Everyone will know Mark is best known for the
butt fumble. That's David Yonka said that. David Yonka, how are you doing, man? You came on early on and said that you're in a hospital. I hope you're doing well. I hope everything's going well and you're doing a lot better, man. And if anybody doesn't remember that, what happened was, I forget exactly how that happened, but I think he turned and the ball was snapped and hit him right in the butt. That'd be the butt, man.
No. What happened was he turned to hand it off. No one was there, and so he tried to rush up the middle and ran into his own lineman and fumbled the ball.
That's what it was.
New England returned it for a touchdown.
Oh, Tony Vigil, thank you so much for being in the chat. Really do appreciate it. I don't mean to exclude you. A. Smith, thank you so much. I think that's Alex Smith. Thank you so much for being in the chat.
Okay.
Going back here. Tony says he made his bed, talking about Sanchez, and let him lie in it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree.
I thought A. Smith for a sec was my son because my son just got a cell phone.
Oh,
and
wow.
it's like, who knows what he's up to
Well,
now.
it could be.
No, I texted him. He said, no, it wasn't him. So A. Smith, is that you? Alex, cheers to you. Thank you for being part of the show.
Tony says single, drunk, whatever. Who cares? You're right. Let's move on.
Well, no, David Yonkin with the best comment. What player doesn't drink or do something stupid? You got a good point there.
Yeah, you got a good point. Absolutely got a good point. Oh, David says he's waiting for the nurses to bring his meds. Man, I hope you're okay, dude. I really do hope you're okay. Wish you all the best. Absolutely. Prayers and thoughts. No doubt about it, man.
Amen.
No doubt about it. Okay. We're going to back out of the Jackass of the Week and we're going into a different one, but here we go.
You suck, you jackass.
Now, we're going into one that is called Did I Do That? Okay, Here we come. Here it is.
Did I do that?
The owner of Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones, was fined $250,000, which is basically pennies on the dollar to him, but it's $250,000 to the NFL for his,
Go ahead.
excuse me,
Go ahead.
inadvertent obscene gesture towards fans at MetLife Stadium last Sunday. The Cowboys were playing the Giants in New Jersey, and apparently Jerry Jones was waving to the fans. Let me continue. I quote, Jerry Jones said, and I quote, there wasn't any antagonistic issue or anything like that. I just put up the wrong show on my hand.
We're number one.
Hang on a second. My intention was thumbs up. Wait, whoa. My intention was thumbs up because we just scored a touchdown. Hang on. You got your hand. Okay. Everybody's got a hand, right? You do a thumbs up this way. You don't do a thumbs up that way. Jerry, you just don't. Okay. By the way, end quote.
Yeah.
Are you freaking kidding me? It was inadvertent. I didn't mean it. I meant to do a thumbs up.
So what? Basically, he pulled a Mark Sanchez, and he drank too much and didn't remember and wasn't culpable for his actions because he's an NFL owner and he can get away with it, even though he's got 10 cameras on him at all times going. You want to know something? Yeah.
Joe Brewer, that is classic.
You beat me.
Joe Brewer said Jerry had seizure.
I had a seizure, and you want to know what was Joe Brewer?
So good.
What was better
Dude, that is the text of the night so far. That is so good.
You want to know something? Play the song. Did I do that? Now this is the right time. Do it quick.
Oh, I gotta do it. Okay, hang on.
Did I do that?
That's for you, Joe Brewer.
That was so good, dude. That was so good, Joe.
We got to end the topic on that one. That was so perfect. Well timed, Joe. You know what?
That was.
Hey, no. We got to salute Joe. Come on, both of us together.
That was great, dude.
Come here.
That season, that was good. That was so good. What's up? Who's over there?
That's JoJo.
JoJo, what is up? What's up, girl? She's like, good. I'm good.
She's being a little shy right now. Oh, no.
Joe Brewer, you're on a roll, dude. He said Jerry was just pointing at something. Yeah,
he was pointing at the scoreboard. It's like, hey, guys, look at the scoreboard.
He forgot the index finger. He went to the middle finger. Oh, well, whatever. Oh, my gosh. All right. Let's keep moving on. You guys are so great. As always, you guys are fantastic in the comments. Oh, always fantastic. All right. Tyreek Hill's time in Miami seems to be over after his blown out knee and multiple tendons and all that. Hill's agent, however, Drew Rosenhaus, has indicated Hill would like to remain in Miami, but CBS insider Jonathan Jones is reporting that Hill will be released not now, but at the end of the NFL season. Wow. Do you expect that to happen? Do you think that Hill, because he wants to stay, his agent's trying to work out a deal to keep him staying in Miami? Do you think, first and foremost, do you think Hill will ever come back to the status and career he had?
No. I think honestly he is done. He's in his 10th year right now, so he can get, if he completes a full year, he'll get his 10-year, he'll get his retirement because of the agreement they have in the Players Association. But as I talked last week, with his speed and his agility, he dislocated his kneecap. Imagine
MCL,
all the ligaments that were stabilized before that play now being unstable.
They're bye-bye.
Yeah, no. Now being
the
unstable. You cannot regenerate or rebirth those ligaments to that level.
Holy smokes, Joe, you are on fire tonight, dude.
Wow.
Joe Brewer says Hill could stay in Miami, just not as a football player. Wow.
You know what? I wish
Wow.
I wish we had the song for the Miami Vice intro. But
oh my gosh.
His knee is never going to be the same. What if he does try to come back, which I really hope he doesn't, he's going to try to make one cut on that knee and he's going to blow it out again. Once you have dislocated your kneecap and you've destabilized all of the ligaments there, you cannot have the same aggressive push-off maneuvers with the MCL and ACL that you had beforehand. I think he's done. If he tries to come back, I don't want to watch it because it does not end well. Because when you've done it once to your MCL, ACL, you can repair it to get a standard activity of life back together. You do it a second time, you're risking more serious injuries long term. So I would just say this. I'm wishing the best for Hill long term. He's got other issues that he has to work with and grow up from.
Yeah.
But Bo Nix is going to be a father.
Well, hang on. He may have the wrong person. Mega Dr. Dre. Thank you for being in the chat. Really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for your comment. He said, Bo Nix going to be a father. I don't know about that, but I do know somebody who didn't go to London with the Broncos right after the Broncos beat the Eagles and left Philadelphia to go to London. Okay.
Was that your starting quarterback you wanted for the season?
No, it was the guy who I thought if Bo Nix could. Anyways, after the win over the Eagles, Jared Stidham didn't fly with the team to London. Was he injured? No. Something a little bit more important. Instead, he flew back to Denver to be with his wife at the birth of their third child. He did fly to London this past Wednesday for the game that the Broncos play on Sunday. Congratulations, Jared Stidham.
Yes.
I mean, that's really cool. That's really cool that not only would you, obviously you want to be with your wife, and I totally get that. But what a great organization of the Broncos to say, you know what? We know you're our backup quarterback, but we want you and we condone and we allow you to go back there and then we'll fly you, whatever. What do you mean?
Did you say condone?
Not condone. I didn't mean that. What I meant was say, give their blessing, in other words. Give their blessing for him to go back to Denver and then, fly him out back, to London on Wednesday. I think it's fantastic. I think it's great that organizations do that because you know what that tells me? that tells me the organization is just as important to winning games, but they're also as important as to the human side of each one of these players, not only health-wise, but family-wise. And that's what I love about the Broncos, the organization that is now owned by the Walton Penner ownership group. I think it's fantastic. I think they have an absolute great focus on how they approach this team and how they approach the players. And I think the players really appreciate and admire and love to be here in Denver. And I got a story about that coming up in regards to J.K. Dobbins, in regards to how he feels about the Broncos. What do you think about Stidham and going back and being there with his wife?
This is a reflection of ownership, because ownership is putting the family and the players first. The birth of a child is something very special, and you always want to be there. I wanted to be there for the birth of my 2 kids, and I'm glad to have been there. But this is an organization that shows the priority is your family first, football second. The organization is prioritizing that. And what that does, it helps build a better culture, a better unity from the top of the organization down to the bottom. They want you to take care of your family first. They understand this is a job. This is something that's not life or death. But as long as you have the will and the power to take care of that family first, you'll come back reinvigorated, a better person. Jarrett Stidham, I thank you so much for being the backup and being there. Take care of your wife. Take care of your kids. The position is going to be there for you when we need it. And hopefully there will be a game in the fourth quarter where we're up by 40 or 50 points. You can come in and flash your talents and your efforts. Nothing against
50
Jarrett.
points.
Yeah, nothing against Jarrett Stidham. I don't mean this in a mean way. I don't want to see him on the field this year unless it's in a mop-up situation. But congratulations on the birth of your 3rd child.
Yep, absolutely. I don't know where this is going, Bobby. LL Cool J. Okay, anyways,
there must be a song, but you forgot the next one. Dr. Dre, welcome to the show. Congrats to Stidham. Yes, Bo is having his first child. It was just announced.
All right. Well, Mega, thanks for dropping that bomb. Really do appreciate it. That's why we love you guys in the chat. You educate us. You bring stuff in because first off, most of you don't know, but I get all these topics. I dig deep. I get these topics. I look into them from the game. The Bronco game is over on Sunday. I'm diving in Sunday night all the way through early Thursday morning. Then I give the topics to Spence, my co-host, and he goes over them, and then we do the show Friday. So it's very, very intense in what I do. I do a lot of stuff behind the scenes. So does Spence. So is Madungus getting all this put together. So it's an effort to get this. So when you guys bring topics like this, we love it. That's why we love the chat. That's why we love having you guys here, because you guys bring stuff in we may not be pervious to, but you guys educate us and bring it in, and that's why we love having you. Like I said many times, I'll continue to say it, you guys are the very backbone of the show. Okay, speaking of...
We love going off the board sometimes. I mean, yes, we have topics, we have things organized, but when someone brings something into the chat, hey, we love going on tangents. That's part of the buzz that we love of this show, and we thank you guys for bringing that to the show.
Absolutely. Speaking of J.K. Dobbins, listen to this, okay? J.K. Dobbins signed with the Broncos in June, and that's considered late with free agency signings. However, his production has been outstanding. He is 5th in rushing yards, 323 for the season, 5 games. He has 3 touchdowns, and he's averaging a robust 5.7 yards per carry. Dobbins said, and I quote, being in Denver, listen to this, guys. This is important. This is how people feel when they come to the Broncos. Dobbins said, and I quote, being in Denver is a match made in heaven. It's my favorite place to play. Get it, guys? My favorite place to play. Where did he play before? Yeah, the Wagoners. That's right, in LA. I continue. And I just fit in. I feel like I fit. I'm a horse. The Broncos give me that energy. I feel like I'm a horse with this team. End quote. What better statement to say? Now, he's not really a horse, but his point being is he feels energized. He feels energetic. He feels like he can put this team on his back. And averaging 5.7 yards a carry, yeah, he's putting this team on his back. And I love the fact that he says, I fit in. I feel energetic. I feel like I'm a horse. I love this place. Name anybody who's ever come to Denver, including Peyton Manning, who was a Indianapolis Colt for all those years. Where's Peyton Manning reside? He resides in Denver. Why? He loves this place. Anybody who comes to Denver and plays for the Broncos loves this place. Spence, let me ask you a question. You have a family that lives in Colorado. Why do you think people who come to Denver and play for the Broncos love it, stay here, and appreciate the Bronco organization?
Well, I think it starts with ownership, because ownership wants to create a family culture. Yeah, winning is part of the prerogative, but you start with the family and taking care of the employees first. You make them feel like they're part of the decision making, they're part of the success, they're part of the failures, but they're involved in every aspect of this. This is why I keep promoting the culture, the culture, the culture. You know, that's a work thing. You guys probably have it at your work. Some director is like, oh, we have to work on our culture. There's talking about working on the culture and actually doing action to promote it and to make it better. This is what the Walton family is doing. They're promoting a culture where they're making sure these guys, we don't know everything behind the scenes. Wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these players are in meetings that may be above their pay grade, above their level. They're involved with the organization because the success of the organization depends on the success of the individuals who contribute to it. If you don't have people who want the team to be successful, someone leaving a voicemail, was that you, Dad? But someone being a part of the organization, putting the organization first, not their personal goals. I'll give you an example. Look at Nick Bonito. Nick Bonito, after some other player, I'm not going to say his name, made $47 million a year, took 20 to 25 million a year. Why? He could have gone out in the free agency market and made a whole lot more, or does he want to symbolize his success with playoff success, Super Bowls, organization, other promotions that are going to help? And all of you Bronco fans, when Nick Bonito got the contract, he didn't go out and get trash drunk wasted. He did a video. It's like, yes, now let's go win a Super Bowl. He took that celebration as like, okay, I got what I wanted, but I didn't hurt the team. Now I'm going to go out there and earn every dollar of it. This is the culture that the Walton family and the Denver Broncos are building. They want people who want team first, not individuals, not Ocho Cinco, where it's about me making catches. It's about the team success. That is why the potential for the Bronco organization, and the Broncos are huge, bigger, and better. And it may not be reflective this year, but in years to come, that culture is going to expand, and this team is going to be near the top or a dominant factor for years to come. and it starts with ownership, and it's reflective all through every resource that's involved in this organization.
Chewy's Raider coverage. What is up? Thank you so much for chiming in. He said Broncos are buzzing. Be careful. Follows that up with nice win, fellas. Thank you so much.
You.
Sorry about your Raiders.
Chewy went on a rant the other night about Geno Smith. I saw it. Chewy, you and I had a little talk here. This is the Geno Smith we unfortunately knew. So you guys have a brutal decision you've got to make for the next steps taking forward. Do you stick with Geno? Move to, I think it's at Tucker? Is it someone else? The Raiders have got decisions they got to make. So I don't envy you guys. I mean, you look so good going to New England, and since then it's just gone.
Well, let me bring in a before we get that. Richie Rich says hi. So
Richie
Rich, what's happening? Speaking of a team Raiders needing a quarterback, how about this one?
Oh boy.
With Joe Burrow injured and out for a length of time, the Cincinnati Bengals have signed who?
Yeah.
Joe Flacco. Flacco will replace Jake Browning as the Bengals starting quarterback. Can it get any worse for the Bengals going forward? Why would you have Joe Flacco when there's other quarterbacks out there you can get? Or why would the Raiders not go after a quarterback? I'm not saying Joe Flacco, but why not somebody else who's out there? I mean, are the Raiders just set on Geno Smith moving forward? But the Bengals going after Joe Flacco, does that help the Bengals? Seriously? Does that really help the Bengals? Joe Flacco's 40 years old. Holy smokes, dude. He's a statue. Why would you bench Jake Browning? Obviously, he's not played that well. But to go to Joe Flacco, is that an improvement? What do you think?
First of all, I got to correct you. They didn't sign him. They traded a 5th-round draft pick for a 6th-round draft pick and Joe Flacco. They traded.
Stupid.
They traded. Cleveland just went, okay, thank you. I mean, I know Cincinnati is desperate for a quarterback. Joe got hurt.
You know, that's kind of like being desperate on a what's it called in high school when you go to a dance. What's that thing called in high school when you go to dance?
The senior prom.
Senior prom. It's kind of like when you go to senior prom, you're desperate and you'll just take anybody.
Oh,
this is like what that reminds me of. I'll just say, "Oh God, what did I just do? Oh, what did I just give up to get this?" So you give your best buddy, yeah, I'll give you. Oh God, never mind. Yeah, it's kind of like that, right? I hate to give the analogy, but it's kind of like similar, correct?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense unless.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, they're home against the Steelers, so maybe Joe Flacco knows the Steelers coming up.
Richard Rich says, I'm sorry, I refuse to go to the prom.
Guess what, Rich? You and I are in the same boat. I refuse to go to my senior prom. I asked.
Why?
Well, I asked one girl, she's like, oh, no, thank you. I asked another girl, she was like, Jeff, you want to go to the senior prom? I asked the third girl who was just like, who looked at me and went, ew. I was like, that done. Didn't go to my senior prom. You know what I did? I went on a double date, or I went on a date with a junior and who brought her friend along, and I'll stop there.
Does Anna know about that?
No, but she will now. Oh, my mom's just texted. It's like, oh, that's what you were doing with the red Mustang out that night. Yeah.
I love this show, man. Oh, you guys in the chat, this is why we love you guys. You guys bring up so many cool topics and it goes a different direction, and you never know what's going to come out from us. And again, I have to admit, I forget that this is recorded and it's live. And
Don't worry.
Whatever we say on here
replay it.
is going to get back.
Yeah, my wife's going to replay and go, remember what you said?
Oh my gosh. Richard Rich says, I was asked to go to a prom by 3 or 4 different girls. I just refused to go. How come, Rich? You don't want to dance, or you don't dance, or you don't like the girls, or I mean, I don't know. Just curious. Sorry, Dan. Just curious. Just curious. Joe Brewer, just being the third wheel blows.
Not when you're the primary wheel, Joe. Not when you're the primary wheel.
Okay, I'm looking for my next topic real quick. Oh my gosh. Wow. That escalated quickly.
Amen.
Although Richard Rich says, hey, the prom after party was great. Okay,
Amen.
There you go. If you go to the after party and it's the best thing, then you don't need to dance. You don't need to, have to associate with her. All right. Woo, moving on. I love doing this show.
I love this show.
The Denver Broncos shocked the NFL world with a win over the Super Bowl champ Eagles last Sunday. Yeah, that's an understatement. There was even an accomplishment that hasn't happened since 2018. With Denver trailing 17-3 entering the fourth quarter, no team has come back for 14 plus points down entering the fourth quarter against a defending Super Bowl champ and won the game since 2018. Are the Broncos shocking people to the degree that the NFL is taking notice? Or is this just the development of Bo Nix, Sean Payton's offense, Vance Joseph defense, the cohesiveness of the organization from the owners on down to the Broncos now saying, guess what? We are back. Deal with us.
I think this is the Broncos learning to win in the fourth quarter. Okay. The other games against Indy, they had an opportunity to put that game away. They did not. Against the Chargers, your Chargers, they had a chance to put that game away. They did not. Against Tennessee, they were up. They didn't put them away. They won the game by 8, but they didn't really put them away. Against the Bengals, they put them away because they ran the ball and they ran the clock out. Now they've got a situation where they learned how to come from behind and put away a team. This is going to be a building effort. That's why what I've been saying. They're going to be slow starting in the first quarter of the season, which they were. They have to learn how to win to take that big step forward. And I'm telling you right now, there's a great opportunity to take a big step to be on top of the AFC. Look at all the teams I talked about. Baltimore is flailing. Kansas City is flailing. Buffalo has proved to be.
They're 5-0. They're 5-0. Buffalo's 5-0.
No, they're 4-1. They lost to New England on Sunday night.
They lost to New England? So there's no unbeaten teams? I was watching the Cubs game, dude. I don't care about football when my Cubs are playing in the playoffs.
Yes, they lost to New England on Sunday Night Football and NBC.
Wow. Okay. My apologies. I'm sorry I missed that. But anyways, continue.
Okay. We're supposed to have our buzz on here. We got to know what's going on, Bill. Come on.
I do know what's going on. My Cubs won the last 2 games.
Oh, this is Broncos buzz, not Cubs buzz.
We talk about all kinds. Anyway, go on.
Oh, okay. But this is all part of the development of the Broncos, and they have an opportunity here to
bring that back. I'll bring that back up, Joe. Go ahead.
They have an opportunity to go to the top of the AFC. Indy has got the tiebreaker against them. They can get that tiebreaker back against the Chargers. But look who else is near the top. You got the Pittsburgh Steelers, who've got a good record, but they have issues. Buffalo, they have issues. You go to the AFC South, Houston has issues. Tennessee, Jacksonville, I think we can handle them. You go to the AFC North. I talked about Pittsburgh already. You go to the AFC West. There is an opportunity right now to take a big step forward. And these next 6 games for the Broncos could put them into a better position. I don't want us to have to go to Buffalo again in January for a playoff game. We need to have Buffalo lose one more game. New England basically exposed a lot of Buffalo's weaknesses. Now can other people take care of it? Buffalo's schedule for the rest of the year is easy for them. Our schedule, I like our schedule the rest of the way. I mean, the real difficult games that we have left is we got to go play the Washington Redskins, Commanders, after a bye week. We have to face Kansas City on Christmas. You think the NFL is going to let Kansas City lose on Christmas Day? No. And then we're going to probably
Christmas gift.
Then we're going to have a huge game against the Chargers to close out the season, which is going to probably be for the division, for the number 1 seed or number 2 seed. So the Broncos have a huge opportunity here, and they need to continue developing, but they have to do 3 things very important. They've got to get off to a good start. They have to finish a game in the 4th quarter and play a complete game. We haven't seen all 3 of those aspects yet, but I have a lot of enthusiasm, especially after these last 2 games where they played a great game against Cincinnati and they had an incredible 4th quarter against the Eagles.
All right. I agree. Joe Brewer says, Bill, the Broncos shocked you on Sunday because, if I remember, your sky was falling. Rant. No.
Yeah.
No, when you're trailing 17-3, entering the 4th quarter, do you really think you're going to come back and win when you haven't done jack diddly squat in the first 3 quarters? No, that's not skies falling. That's realistic expectations. What happened was Tim Tebow showed up in the form of Bo Nix. That's what happened. Because if you guys recall, Tim Tebow would pull off some magic in the 4th quarter. So hey, if Bo Nix can have a little bit of Tim Tebow in his veins, I love it.
So
Joe
you
Brewer
thought? Go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead. No, go
I
ahead.
say Joe Brewer follows up by saying, Bill, I refuse to do what it says under your name. Let me go back. It says, let's go streaking in London. I'm talking about win streaks, not streaking. It says, I refuse to do what it says under your name with you. Yikes. You're a Cubs fan. There is no hope for you. 2016. Come back 2 games down in the divisional playoffs to force a game 5. I can't guarantee what's going to happen tomorrow, but I can guarantee there's a game 5. Why? Because we came back from 2 games down, 2 games to none. All right. So I had to address that because you picked on my Cubs. Okay.
But did you,
right.
Bill, did you really think the sky was falling in the Broncos game?
Am I too fast?
That was good. That was good, Spence. That was good. I wouldn't say. Okay, I would say.
The sky was falling. I texted you during your.
I know. I got.
You can't.
Yeah,
you
you're
can
right.
never with the Broncos. You can never say they're out of it. Okay, and they proved to us in Philadelphia in a road game that they're never out of it, and that is the momentum builder that this team needed to now.
Let me
start.
ask you: when you're down 17, seriously, Spence, I never asked you this. You're down 17-3, entering the fourth quarter. Broncos haven't done diddly freaking squat the first 3 quarters. Did you really expect we win that game? Honestly, be honest.
No.
Be honest.
Okay, end of the fourth quarter or end of the third quarter, we're starting to drive. I thought there was just all I kept saying while my wife was out shopping and with the kids. We were doing stuff. I was just like, let's just get a score. Thinking of, get a score, just get a score. There's always opportunity. You just have to take one step at a time. Did I turn the phone off? Did I turn the broadcast off? No. While my wife and kids were spending all my money, I was sitting to the side. It's like, come on, let's go.
Spending all my money. I love it. That's what wives do, especially if you got kids. Oh, honey, the kids need this. My wife. My wife came to me today and she's like, you got your golf check today, right? And I said, yeah. I want to get some stuff for the kids. I said, okay, is it for, Halloween? I mean, we don't give them a bunch of candy. We give them other things, practical stuff. She goes, no, I want to get that later. I want to give them just because I love them stuff. Okay, so what do you want to get? Well, Julian, he loves fishing now, and I want to give him a nice fishing tackle box backpack. And I'm like, holy crap. And then she goes, but I want Valerie to get her things that equal to the amount of Julian's. I'm like,
and you said okay, right?
I said okay. Yes, I did that. Yes, I did. And you know what I said? Yes, sir. We'll do.
Yeah, the 2 words we're all, you're bound by this. I can't say that anymore. I have to say, yes, honey. Yeah.
Joe Brewer is on a freaking roll tonight. Joe, you are amazing tonight. Women want to give the kids some things in code for hand over the wallet.
Oh no. My kids are at that age
true, dude.
Where I have to now make sure I know where my wallet is, because my daughter's just like,
uh-huh. Oh yeah.
It's gonna happen.
Yep.
It's gonna happen.
Yep. All right. We are down to, usually I say the last 2, but we're down to the last 3. Honestly, I got these 2, and I have this one right here that we're going to do right now. And we're going to try and get this as close to an hour and a half as possible. Might go an hour and 40 minutes. Here we go.
That's good.
With a quarter of the season in the books, the Broncos defense looks even better than last season. Denver has allowed 16.8 points per game, second lowest in the entire NFL, while totaling 15 sacks, first best, and 41 quarterback hits, also ranked first best. The team pressure rate of 47.1 is best in the NFL. Is this Broncos defense better than the 2015 defense that won the Super Bowl? Is it close? Could it be close? Could it be better? Or what do you think after 5 games, Spence?
I think after 5 games, this defense is developing. Am I going to say they're better than the Orange Crush? No, not yet. Because in order for me to give you that accolade, go win a Super Bowl. But right now, they're proving themselves. They had a little hiccup with Indianapolis. There were some injuries. Indianapolis exposed a little problem here or there, but the 2015 defense was so awesome, so dominant, and they proved themselves year after year after that. So I think this defense right now is developing into something special. And what's going to be more unique, which I talked about earlier, is when you develop a culture, just like the Bears had back in the mid 80s, you develop that culture, people are going to want to come to you. Now, the Bears offense couldn't sustain what the defense did. That's why they didn't get back to any Super Bowls. So let's see what the defense can do. And people are going to want to come and play in Denver. They're going to want to be a part of this defense, which could be the dominant defense for years to come. So the answer is, I can't tell you yes right now, but let's talk about it in the off season. I want to see how this defense does against some of the best come playoff time when you're playing for a Super Bowl championship.
All right. Before we go into the next topic, we only got 2 left. Joe Brewer and Mega Dr. Dre come up with some great comments. So I'll put them in. Joe Brewer first said, no, 2015 historically great, and the Hall of Fame players on it. I would agree.
Yep.
He follows that up by saying, here's an answer. Would you rather have the linebackers for 2015 or the ones we have now? It's not even a question.
That's not even a question. 2015. But I'm going to say this, Joe. Let's ask that question in maybe 2 or 3 years.
Good point. Good point.
When our defense is developing, we get more resources. Maybe we get better talent. Nothing against Singleton and some of the linebackers we have right now, but we have more significant talent at the linebacker position who is both attacking the quarterback and defending the tight ends and the running backs very well.
Now let me ask you this question. Would you rather have Nick Bonito now or Von Miller at the end of his career in Denver?
Nick Bonito now.
Okay.
As much as I'm a Von Miller fan, I'm huge and everything. Nick Bonito has a ticker that is just running at an accelerated pace right now, even better than my essential tremor that I have in my hand. He is.
Do you
running...
realize Nick Bonito? Do you realize, real quick? I'm sorry to interject, but I think it's going to be along your line. Do you realize that Nick Bonito is on pace to pass Von Miller for the most sacks in a Broncos season?
Let's be patient. Let's not discuss it now. I think honestly, Nick Bonito.
Ooh, Joe Brewer. How about Bradley Chubb or Nick Bonito?
Nick Bonito, and here's why. Bradley Chubb can really cause havoc around the guard, center, and guard area. Nick Bonito can do it more wide, and if the quarterback gets out of the pocket, Nick Bonito can run him down. Nick Chubb cannot. So I like I like that aggressive. But Chubb, would I imagine Nick Bonito on the outside, Nick Chubb in the middle?
There you go. Oh. Well, a la Von Miller and DeMarcus Ware. They're both on ends. They're both on ends, and they both penetrated in and allowed the guys in the center to make their move. So yeah, that's Nick Bonito is insane. I am so glad he got that contract, and he is really living up to that contract. He really, really is.
And I'm glad that he didn't try to break the bank. He realized that if he wants. He can have more riches and more successes if he doesn't take everything now. If he helps, if he takes what he needs and what makes him very comfortable, very happy, and lets his other teammates. This is part of the Bronco culture. Don't break the bank. Take what you need so that others can get what they can, and you can cement your legacy in history. I mean, the Broncos have a chance. I mean, the only other team right now who could cement a legacy for the next 5 to 10 years is probably Buffalo. But I think the Broncos have the ability right now, culturally, defensively, and offensively, to cement a huge legacy for years to come.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Last two topics. You want to come on the show? Come here. Come here. You want to come here? Come here, Bubba. No, that's my puppy. She'll look him. All right. Last two topics. Last Sunday in London, the Vikings played the Cleveland Browns. Okay. No big deal. The NFL uses overhead cameras on a wire to get a different perspective. We all love watching that different. They come down like this. They swoop around the offense, the defense, whatever. Well, when the Vikings lined up for a field goal, kicker Will Reichhand's kick struck the camera cable and went wide and missed the field goal. The official rule is to do a re-kick. However, the NFL concluded that it had no clear view of the ball striking the cable. Really? So
Yeah.
let me ask you this. If a camera's on a cable and the cable gets hit, isn't the camera going to go shake? And in the camera trailer, they have monitors showing every single thing within the stadium that a camera is showing. So if a camera above the field and a football hits either the camera or the cable, it's going to shake. Hello? Doesn't that tell you that the ball hit the mother freaking cable? Oh, no, it just shook because of what? No. What do you mean you don't have proof that the ball, you don't have a good proof that the ball hit the cable? What are you, stupid? The kick is supposed to be redone. And if the cable's in the way, move the freaking camera. Then you get a re-kick. That's the NFL rule states that. But when the NFL comes out and says, oh no, we don't have conclusive evidence that it hit the cable.
Two things.
Do you have evidence that my microphone's shaking? Hello? I mean, come on, man. Seriously? I'm so sick and tired of the NFL. In my opinion, it's like the NFL is trying to favor certain teams, certain games, certain situations. I don't want to say that, but come on. How would you not know that the football hit the cable? It's going to shake the camera. It has to. Am I wrong? Come on, Spence.
No, I think you have two things. One, I saw so many videos, and it's not definitive per se. Now, that's Alex.
The ball
that
goes
was
like that automatically.
that was the game in London between Minnesota and
the Browns.
The Browns. So you see the ball. I've seen videos where they zoom in and you don't quite see it hitting it. You see the ball is starting to fade right as it gets to it. Now, there's nothing definitive. Here's the other thing. The NFL is covering up for a screw up. They are just taking the political response. Well, we don't have any definitive sight of this, and we could not foresay. So basically what they're saying, after further review, the play stands. First down.
Yeah.
The NFL, I don't think, wants to really say, for example, oh, some kid who was operating the camera who should have known better screwed up and ruined his career.
Didn't raise it up or move it out of the way. Yeah.
Didn't move it out of the way. By the way, if you know the NFL and you know football, and this wasn't a rush to do the kick, wouldn't you get the camera out of the way? Really? 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 Exactly. And so this is one of those. I know we want to be right there behind the kicker as he kicks it. I know we want to have the view, but when you interfere with the game itself, that's on you guys. Now, again, the NFL, I know the stance they're taking. They don't want to go, you, our broadcast partner, you were at fault. It was your fault. You bad.
You,
by the way,
you jackass.
Oh, by the way, can we renegotiate our contract for another 7 years, tripling our fees to us after it's your fault. You are bad. Triple our fees, triple what we're going to charge so that you triple all your sponsors and you put.
Wow. Joe Brewer just nailed. Joe Brewer, you have been outstanding tonight, dude. I am serious. You have been money tonight in the chat. It says camera probably has a button that moves it out of the way on a preset, and someone in the booth didn't press the button.
Yep. There you go.
There you go. But the NFL's not going to take responsibility for it.
Joe, of course the NFL favors their new favorites look at Patty Mahomes and Branded? Who's Branded?
You know, it's a new guy on the block, you know.
Oh,
well, new guy.
Yeah, whoever.
But yeah, but going back to the camera thing, that yeah, I mean, they need to own up. They need to take responsibility. They're not going to.
They're not going to because it embarrasses their broadcast partner who's paying the NFL a lot of money. They can't do that.
Yeah, it's sad. We are now at the last topic of tonight. Yeah, it looks lengthy, but hold on, guys. This is a fun one. This is a good one. This is a good one. He meant Brady. Yeah,
I know. I showed it.
Okay. People talk about head coaches tree, you know, like the head coach tree of Tom Landry, the head coach tree of Bill Belichick. All that. How about the John Elway tree? Huh? The John Elway tree? He was never a head coach. No, GM Elway tree. Listen to this. This is really cool. Former Broncos GM John Elway has a GM tree. We've heard of head coaching trees, but now Elway has one also. GMs Darren Moji of the Jets, John Lynch 49ers, John Spytek Redskins, Commanders, Dave Ziegler Titans, and Champ Kelly, who was with the Raiders in 2024. Matt Russell, who was director of player personnel in Denver, said, and I quote, "I don't know if there is a record for GMs out of first place. In other words, being first place for GMs being a GM tree, but this has got to be extremely close." End quote. Spence, what do you make? I know a lot of people have been negative on John Elway for the whole his friend, passing away and falling off the golf cart. We're not going down that road. But a lot of people said that John Elway as GM really didn't do all that well after just getting Peyton Manning, but he did sign Von Miller and other players, all that. What do you make of the John Elway GM tree? As I pointed out, those players or those former people on his staff that are now GMs on other teams. What do you make of that?
I'm torn because John Elway may have been a great person, may have been a good GM. He wasn't good at drafting. That was his part. And maybe these guys, I want to give them credit. Sometimes you learn how to be a better person going through a situation where you go, huh? What? Why'd you do that? You know what? I can't give Elway credit here. I really can't, because if Elway had more credit, he would have had more Super Bowls. He would have had more. He you know what Elway gets credit for? Bringing Peyton Manning to Denver. And that helped us with a Super Bowl. After
along
that,
with DeMarcus Ware.
DeMarcus Ware. After that, look at his quarterbacks he drafted.
Okay, well, you know
Tim
what?
Tebow.
You're onto something. Joe Brewer said, I would not call Lynch a part of Elway's tree. Follows out by saying Elway also is known for screwing things up with Elvis Duberville and others on contracts.
Yeah, and that's where I want to give Elway the benefit of the doubt. He tried. And if you've ever had a chance to meet John Elway, which I've had, nice guy.
Have you met? I met Elway too. I got a picture right up there.
He's
right there.
you ever shake his hand?
Right there.
He's got a monster hand.
Oh,
But as an executive or as a GM, I can't give him credit. Yeah, Joe Brewer, good comment here. Don't forget, Elway and Manning butted heads on the O-line and not really putting Manning behind a turnstile on O-line. So, up. The boss just texted.
Time to go.
Yes.
Okay, so we have concluded. Normally we conclude with our predictions. We did that earlier because of the topic of the show. So Spence, run down those people in the chat that have been so engaging, especially Joe Brewer. Thank you so much, Joe. You guys, you were the best tonight. Really the best. Thanks so much. Go ahead, Spence. Run it down, would you?
So we'll start with David Yonkin. David, I hope you're doing well. I know you're in the hospital. I hope you're getting released tomorrow. Thank you so much. Feel better. Hope all is going well. Victory lap. Thank you so much. I can't pronounce it. Rudy Torres, thank you so much. D-Rod, thank you so much for your comments. A. Smith. Now, is it Alex Smith? I know it's not my son, Aiden Smith, but Aiden popped in here with his Chargers jersey and went, ha, 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 during the show. So both of you guys, thank you so much. Robert Moreno, thank you so much for your
with
comments.
the Chargers.
Yep. Tony Vigil, thank you so much for your Joe Brewer. Well done tonight. I'll tell you this.
Joe was spot on.
I'm going off the cusp. If Joe Brewer does that again, we may have to have him live on the show with us. I'm throwing that out. Throwing that out. Dom Mars, Dom Mars, thank you so much. Dr. Dre, thank you so much for your comments. Really appreciate it. Richie Rich, thank you so much for being a part of the show. Love your show you do on the MHRT network. Chewy, I know your Raiders are struggling. We feel your pain. Thank you so much. Finally, to my beloved wife, Anna, for her comments saying, stop saying yes, dear. So I got to get out of here because if I don't, then I'm going to be in yes, dear trouble. Take it away, Bill.
Give me 1 minute. Guys, thank you so much. As always, being in the chat. We love you each and every Friday. We are live. We won't be live next Friday. I'll talk to you about that, Spence. We won't be live next Friday. I'm going to my grandson's baseball game. I missed it all last year. I've got to go to his game. So I'll talk to you, Spence. If you can do it Thursday or if you can do it Saturday, let me know which day. If not, it's okay. Guys, we will let you know when we're going to do it. I will be doing it either Thursday or Saturday, one of those 2 days. In any case, guys, thank you so much for being in the chat. Love each and every one of you each and every week. Have a fantastic weekend. Go Cubs tomorrow night. See you guys next week,
Broncos.
Thursday or Saturday.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Tempo's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle.